The arrest happened at 2:14 a.m. Sirens lit up the quiet street as police knocked hard on Daniel Brooks' front door. He had just returned from a late shift. Still wearing his work jacket, still holding his keys, they told him he matched the description. A robbery had turned violent an hour earlier. A store clerk was dead. Witnesses said the suspect was a tall man in a dark hoodie who ran east. Daniel lived east, that was enough. He was handcuffed in front of his neighbors. No warrant. No explanation. Just a phrase he'd hear for the next 15 years. Come down to the station. Clear a few things up. He never came back home, at the precinct. Detectives questioned him for 9 straight hours, no lawyer. No food. No sleep. They told him they had evidence. They didn't. They said witnesses pick him out. They hadn't by sunrise. Daniel was exhausted, confused, afraid. When they placed a confession in front of him, they promised he could go home if he signed. He did. The confession became the case. At trial, the prosecution moved fast. The eyewitness testified confidently, even though she had originally described someone shorter. The confession was read aloud, even though Daniel later recanted. The jury never heard about the missing security footage. They never heard about the alibi Daniel had offered. After 6 hours of deliberation, the verdict came back guilty. Daniel was sentenced to 25 years. He was 24 years old. Prison erased time. Birthdays passed. Parents aged. Friends disappeared. Daniel wrote letters, filed appeals, begged for DNA testing. Every request was denied. The system had already decided his story was over. 15 years later, a cold case unit reopened the file, not because of Daniel, but because another man confessed. This time, there was DNA. It didn't match Daniel, it matched a repeat offender already in prison, a man who lived 2 blocks from the crime scene. The same man police had ignored in the original investigation. Daniel was released on a rainy afternoon. No apology, no explanation, just a document stating his conviction had been overturned. He stepped outside the prison gates at 39 years old, carrying nothing but a plastic bag and 15 stolen years, The officers involved were never disciplined. The prosecutors faced no consequences. Daniel later said one thing during an interview. They didn't just arrest the wrong man. They arrested the truth and locked it away.